President-elect Trump says he is moving Monday's inauguration indoors because of the frigid temperatures expected in the Washington, D.C. metro area. It will be held in the Capitol Rotunda, where Ronald Reagan was sworn in back in 1985. Temperatures on Monday are forecast to be in the low 20s with wind gusts up to 30 miles an hour. For more, let's head down to West Palm Beach, Florida, where CBS News political reporter Aaron Navarro is covering the president-elect. Aaron, what do we know about his decision, and what else are we learning about Monday's plans?
Yeah, given the frigid temperatures below zero that are expected this Monday, President Trump announced that he would be giving his address in the Rotunda in the U.S. Capitol, while also opening up the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. in downtown to allow viewers and attendees to see a live stream of his remarks. The parade that was planned to be held outside in the streets of Washington, D.C., he said will now be held in Capital One Arena. The question remains, though, given that there were about 200,000 people that bought tickets, Capital One Arena has a capacity of just over 20,000 people. I'm seeing members of Congress say that they're reaching out to their constituents, saying that we're going to give you more information about what you can do as a ticket holder when we get it. So that's one question remaining. And a statement from Secret Service says that they are working to adapt their own security plans for this upcoming Monday.
Aaron, Trump's pick for Department of Homeland Security Secretary is on the Capitol Hill for her highly anticipated confirmation hearing. And during her testimony, Kristi Noem discussed the challenges she faces if confirmed for the position. Let's listen.
We must be vigilant and proactive and innovative to protect the homeland. The challenges in front of us are extremely significant, and we must secure our borders against illegal trafficking and immigration. We must safeguard our critical infrastructure to make sure that we're protected against cyber attacks, respond to natural disasters, and also terrorism. I firmly believe that we can meet those challenges head-on with resolve. Innovation, we can use collaboration with federal and with state partners. And, Senators, I want your input. Border security must remain a top priority.
What more are we learning about the incoming Trump administration's agenda from today's hearing, and how is she being received?
Yeah, as Noem said, immigration is a top priority for her in her upcoming role. She noted how deporting undocumented migrants who had committed violent crimes will be first on her list. She said she would empower Border Patrol agents and that she would work with President-elect Trump when it comes to reinstating the Remain in Mexico policy, a policy from his first term that said that those who applied for asylum had to wait in Mexico as their cases were heard. She was also asked when it comes to relief for natural disasters and whether federal aid should be withheld. She said, referencing the LA fires, while it is, quote, a sign that leadership has consequences, she told Democratic senators there will be no political bias to how disaster relief is delivered.
And today, Judge Aileen Cannon is hearing arguments over the Justice Department's plans to release the remainder of Special Counsel Jack Smith's report into Trump's alleged mishandling of classified documents. We already saw the report on alleged election interference. What are we expecting to come from that hearing, and could the public see the final report?
Yeah, given this tight time window, it's not expected the report will be released before President-elect Trump's inauguration. Today's hearing will have Cannon hear out whether the Department of Justice can show that report to a select few in Congress as the case regarding Trump's co-defendants continues. And Judge Cannon is also going to hear whether Trump can intervene in that case regarding his co-defendants. So again, not expecting to see that report released publicly, at least before next Monday.
All right, so let's talk about TikTok. As I was mentioning with Catherine Cole, the Biden administration says that they're declining to enforce it. The press secretary said that given the sheer fact of timing, the administration recognizes that actions to implement the law must fall to the next administration. What has Trump said about it?
Yeah, in a post, President-elect Trump said that the decision was expected and, quote, everyone must respect it. He said his decision on what to do with TikTok will be made in the not-too-distant future. He wants to review the ruling. And we saw in the clip that you showed earlier, TikTok CEO say that they are grateful and pleased to have the support of a president who, quote, truly understands our platform. TikTok CEO is expected to be in attendance at Trump's inauguration. Trump has said before that he wants it to remain or become an American-owned company, potentially working a deal with TikTok CEO. Conversations such as that could happen in the next few days when they are together, at least in the same room.
Aaron Navarro, thank you.